Yeah. Welcome back to one more session on lean to improve RCM, the denial series. Today we are going to cover how we are going to use this lean methodology to cover a denial which is denied for a invalid CPT code. I'm sharing my Excel sheet. Okay, please let me know, are you able to see the Excel in my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So these are all the codes related to the CPT code. Okay. If you consider, so there will be a type. Okay. We actually, if you see here, there will be a lot of duplication will be there. Each code will be there for a 4 type because it may be denied as a CO, OA, PI, and PR. And 189, if you consider 181, procedure code is invalid for the date of service. What it mean? That particular date of service, your CPT code is not valid. It is an invalid. The code may be changed by the AMA, right? That's a reason for your denial. And coming to 189, okay, not otherwise classified. That's an unlisted code. That's the second biggest challenge in the CPT related. And if you come to next one, 230, no available correlated CPT or HCPC codes described for the service. This also related to the unlisted code. This is what we are getting. And the other one is revenue code and procedure code did not match. Okay, this is also one more reason for the denial, 199. And 261 is inconsistent with the patient history, right? This code cannot be used for this particular patient. And the new patient, you know very well, right? When the patient is coming in the first time, the new patient will be a bigger problem in this kind of denial. And no available correlating CPT code is also related to your unlisted codes. So totally, these are our denials, right? If you consider either procedure code is invalid or your procedure code is unlisted code or your revenue code and procedure code does not match and the new patient code is a problem and otherwise this is also the unlisted code. So we are going to deal, if the denial is coming in this particular criteria, how I am going to deal my details. Okay, that's what we are going to cover today. Okay, this is what we are going to cover today. If a claim is denied for a CPT code, okay, what is the usual procedure we are following, right? One, first we will go and then check whether the CPT code is previously paid or not paid. Okay, if it is previously paid and the claim is getting denied, what you'll do, we'll go back and then call the insurance and then send this claim back for reprocess. See, this is the payer processing problem, right? They didn't process correctly. So we are going to call and then send this claim back for reprocess. When the claim is or the CPT is previously not paid, if it is in the no scenario, there are 3 different categories. One, first we need to check CPT is valid or not. Okay, check the valid date. And if the CPT code is active and it is a valid code, if it is yes, you are going to call the insurance company and then send back for reprocess. If it is no and your coding team is using invalid CPT code, we are going to reach out to the coding review and then they will send the corrected claim. Right. And second one, if the code is related to the new patient, see, most of your CPT code will get denied saying that the patient is an established patient and you are billing for a new patient. That's what the problem is, right? So in that scenario, what do you need to do? In the same tax ID number, if the patient is already billed or not, that's what we are going to check here. If didn't previously not billed, that's an incorrect processing. We are going to call the payer. If it is correctly denied, we are going to send it back to coding review and ask them to change it to established patient code and you send the corrected claim. This is what usually we'll do. And the new patient will play a major role in this particular denial. And when it is coming to that invalid code, okay, what it mean by invalid code? That is unlisted code, we'll call it as an invalid code here. When the code is ending with 999, we will call that as an unlisted code. See, what is the problem with unlisted code? When the doctor is not able to find any related CPT code in the manual, he will use this unlisted code. I had given the details here. So used to report the service or procedure not found in the CPT manual, right? If you don't find the code, a doctor will suggest to use 999 ending with 999 code. And second one, service represented by unlisted procedure code must be described on the claim. See, whenever you're using the 999 code, what do you need to do? You in the block number 19, right? You have to mention the description of the code. And if it is an electronic claim, each and every PMS will have a free form field will be there. there you are going to enter the description of the code. And most of the code, what will happen is when you're dealing with unlisted code, the claim will not get paid and you have to send the medical record. That's a general rule. So in total, when the claim is getting denied for a CPT, what we are doing, either we will check CPT is valid or not. If it is not valid, we are going to send it to coding and coding will send the corrected claim. If it is a new patient related, you are going to get the denial. We will send it to coding, correct it to established patient code, and we will send a corrected claim. If it is an unlisted code, what you will do, we will add this description and then we are going to send it. This is a general procedure what we are doing, right? And here some of the, I put some link here. You can open link. The Medicare has introduced how to send the medical record along with your electronic claim for these kind of unlisted procedure. Okay, you can look into that. I'll share it in the WhatsApp group. So now how the lean methodology is going to handle this. Okay, that's what we have to see, right? That's our intention. See, whenever you get these kind of denial, right? The last meeting we saw that what is a value added work and what is a non-value added work. See, now what do we need to do? Whenever you are sending this claim back for reprocess, start tracking it. Okay. Which payer is creating these kind of invalid CPT code denial is incorrectly. If you start tracking this particular issue, we can go back and then find the problem with the payer and fix it for a bulk reprocessing. Instead of going by one, okay, you should be able to track it in the lean methodology. And when it is coming to the inactive code, what you need to do, you identify which are all the codes are coming as an invalid code. Add this in your pre-billing review SOP. When the charge is getting entered, what you need to do, you just identify what are all the codes they are billing and why it is coming in. You stop the billing in the charge entry itself. Instead of going and then getting a denial, you fix it and bill the corrected claim. And when it is coming to the new patient, what do you need to do? See, usually what happens, new patient will be very limited, right? For example, 10% or 15% of the code will be the new patient code. If your denial is related to new patient, what do you need to do? Check and fix the audit process for all the new patient into 100% before the claim is getting released, right? This will solve your problem and you're not going to get this particular denial. And when it is coming to the unlisted code, okay, so this is a usual process. And if your team or your company is not doing, please initiate this. Okay, you have to create an edit and hold all the unlisted code, which will come as a manual edit for a charge entry team. So what they can do, they can go and then add the description. And some of the area, we can upload the medical record also to the insurance company. Okay, this we can do in a one single shot. So this what we are covering in the lean methodology. I'll repeat again. First one, track and incorrect denial and then take a global action and escalate this to the payer. That is very, very important. Unless you escalate, your problem is not going to solve. And whenever you get any inactive code, you take a report from this particular thing and add into your pre-billing audit review so that you can stop this in your charge itself. And coming to the CPT related to new patient, if your practice have a new patient having this kind of denial, make sure your 100% audit is done by your team before the charge is getting out. And if it is an unlisted code, as we discussed, you have to hold it, add the description, and send the medical record also to the insurance company. Okay, this what the lean way. See, what mean by lean says it's avoiding the waste, right? If you understand what is the problem here, I can avoid the waste here. I don't want to do non-value added work here, right? I will stop it here. And the same way, if it is inactive code, I will not bill, right? The claim will not go out. I'm not adding any invalid or inactive non-value added work. I'll straight away add my values here. The same thing here, right? I'll add the description so that I'm adding value to my claim. This is what the lean method of handling the particular denial.